Stop number 20 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us back to Pocono Raceway as we're here today for the running of the AC Sparkplug 400. I know some of you are saying, weren't we at Pocono just not long ago? Yes, we were. For stop number 16 on the season, we were. But the way the race schedule used to be out there, Pocono used to be run twice and they're within a month, so that's pretty much the way it was, I guess you might say. So we are back to Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, for the running of the AC Sparkplug 400. And here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, we have car number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet of William Brock. He's on the pole for this event. I think it's his first pole of the season, too. He's alongside Nathan Orman, who was on the pole. You remember the last time he was at Pocono, the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. Second row, he's two of our in-car cameras, Quentin Moore in 21 and the 24 of Charles Sanford. He's alongside. Sanford's won twice so far this season. Third row sees a surprise, Adam Garcia, car number 11, the Budweiser Forge. He's alongside car 42. It is Kyle Matthews in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Kyle, surprisingly, has not yet won this season, believe it or not. Will he today, or we'll find out. Next row sees Jay Jefferson, car number 30, and number 1, Zach Rogers. Next row down sees car number 29, Zachary Fitzwater, and car 20 in the Hardee's Ford Pontiac. Zach going for the season sweep at Pocono. He won here last time he was here. He's alongside Jesse Turner, the Pepsi 400 winner at Daytona. Next row sees Dylan Poteet in 22 and 31, Joshua Osborne. Next row sees car number 68, Kev Shearer, and car number 26, Matt McIntyre. Matt's a two-time winner this season so far. Next row is Jessica Shelton, the points leader coming into this race. She's also a two-time winner this season. She won at Sonoma, and she also won at Martinsville. She's alongside Mike Becker in car number 43, STP Pontiac. Next row has Cole Deaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet car number 3. He's alongside number 14, Ryan George. Next row, number 17, Levi McIntyre in car number 20 and car number 12. It's Rob Evans. He won at Texas this season. Levi won the last time he was on the tour at New Hampshire. Next up, he's Dylan Young in car number 2. He has our third in-car camera, the Miller Genuine Draft Ford, car number 2. He's alongside car 83, Alex Miller. Next row, Seth Cole in 52, and number 15, it is Jackson Haywood. Next row, he's the Batsons together, Keith in 28 and Kat in 27. Both those two are here as the husband and wife. Batson shares the same row. Kat's won at Darlington this season. Keith yet to win a race this season so far, but we'll see if he can do so today or not. Next row is number 55, Nathan Hudson, and number 5, Phil Parker. A lot of 5s in that row. Phil, the Daytona 500 champion this season. Next row down is car number 25. It is Benjamin Miles, and car number 7, it is Christian Russell. Next row is number 10, Paul Minnick, and 98, Gene Sanford. Next row is number 66, Ryan Brommer, the 600 winner at Charlotte, and Mitchell Collins in car number 20. Next row says Laura Chung in number 75 and number 18, Matt Haas. Next row is car number 70, Wade Brummer, and one number up, 71, Henry Sanford. Next row is Jordan Anderson in number 90 and number 80 and number 33. Jacob Thibodeau starting shotgun in the field. Starting shotgun in the field would be Johnny Gardner in car number 8 in the Snickers Buick. So that's the starting lineup for this running event here at Pocono. The second stop here on this track known as the Tricky Triangle. So as the field of 41 waits to command the fiery engines here at the cars, obviously, as we mentioned, the season's starting as we mentioned, the second half of the season is already in full swing here. We started the second half of the season really at Daytona because race 17 was at Michigan. So before that, here comes command the fire. I'm up here at Pocono. What I was going to say is here we have this is pretty much the start of the road to the championship here for the season here as we're at the point now where, well, points are critical in every race we go to on the tour, but even more so as we're now in the second half of the season here. As the field rolls off pit road, we'll give you the start of the race right after this. Back at Pocono Raceway as the field now hits the North Chute. As we're about to hit the third turn here, I have to remember, every time I come to Pocono, I have to remember there's no turn 4. No turn 4 here. Yeah. But off turn number 3, they come here. The field being led in the hands of William Brock in the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. He is on the pole, I think, for the first time this season as the field comes to the start-finish line. The green flag is out, and we are underway here in the AC Spark Plugs 400. Seeing speed, you'll be seeing lap speeds of up over 170 miles per hour a lap here at Pocono Raceway, and speeds upwards of about well over 190 miles an hour in some places on this racetrack, at least. At the end of 2 of the longest straightaways here, as we're going on one right now, the Long Pond straightaway. The longest straightaway of the bunch is obviously the front stretch at 3,740 feet in length. To give you an idea, that is 700 feet longer than the backstretch at Daytona, and yet 300 feet shorter than the backstretch at Talladega. I see Brock leading him down here. Quentin Moore goes in second position here as they go through turn number 3 here. Off the third turn they come here, and Brock is going to lead the first lap here as they come off third turn to the start-finish line. Nathan Ormond trying to stay ahead of the 29 car of Zachary Fitzwater. And it's the first time I think William Brock has led in quite a while. He finished second a couple races back in the Pepsi 400, but did not lead a lap in that race as they come off turn number 1. Right now. That's another thing I gotta watch out for. There's no turns 1 and 2, no turns 3 and 4. So there you go. If it were 2 turns each turn here, it would be a 6-turn track, obviously. Quentin Moore now goes to the low side here as they come off the second turn, and side by side for the lead between the 4 and the 21 as they go into the third turn now. And they break going into the third turn. Fitzwater now dives to the low side of Jay Jefferson. Now goes as he goes for third position now, and move Quentin Moore to the top spot now in a sit-go forward as he takes the Morgan Shepherd cars up to the top spot now. And here comes number 80. And here comes number 6 Nathan Ormond. Ormond's best finish was a second at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He finished third with the last time he was at Pocono. He had a great run in that race. He had a good run going at Michigan too, but unfortunately, a late race wreck took him out of contention in that race as they go down the backstretch now. And here comes William Brock as he dives low again on Quentin Moore, trying for the lead. Brock said, "I let you lead that lap here, and I'm going to take it back from you, Quentin," as he goes to the north chute and into the third turn. Now, flat turn 3, I should say. Only 6 degrees of banking in that turn. Turn 1, obviously the steepest at 14 degrees. And turn 2, which is the tunnel turn. Yes, the reason why they call it the tunnel turn, because there is a tunnel that runs through turn number 2 at Pocono for cars to enter the infield portion of this racetrack here. And that turn is banked at 8 degrees as they go 3 wide now. Dylan Poteet goes low on Nathan Ormond and Jay Jefferson. Joshua Osborne trying to help him in a 31 car. Osborne, the winner of the season at Dover, and Poteet has not won in a long time in a series. He at one time was the all-time win leader, which that honor is now belonging to, well, the other blue car right there behind Osborne right now, Jessica Shelton. In the 9 car, she's, as we mentioned, won twice this season at Martinsville and on the road course at Sonoma. See how fast they go down into the front stretch here. You're looking at Quentin Moore's speed right there as he goes into turn number 1, 186 miles an hour into the first turn here. Dylan Poteet now goes to the low side. Tries to take position away from Quentin Moore, whom you are on board with now in the 21 car as he gets a sniff of the draft off of the 4 car of William Brock. 184 miles an hour, 185 going into turn number 2. And down about 162 in the middle of turn 2 now, and it comes off the second turn. And into turn 3, to see how fast he goes into the third turn, 179, 180 miles an hour going on the third turn. And slows to 137 going through that turn there, as we mentioned, the flattest part of the course, obviously. and off the turn about 161 miles an hour as they come down the front stretch, across the start finish line to completely in their lap. 182 miles an hour, 84, 5, 186, 187, 188 miles an hour to turn number 1. Saw 188 blink before he tapped on the brakes for the turn. More obviously still stuck on the outside of the track here. Nathan Orman goes by now. Jessica Shelton in the 9 car challenges him for position. And meantime, Dylan Poteet goes for the lead on William Brock. Now we got a 170 mile an hour pace lap happening here. The 4, the 22, the 6, and the 31, and the 9 all going at it here as they go through the third turn now. Fast lap race so far set by Cole Beaver so far at 170.561 miles an hour. In fact, the top 10 laps all over 170 miles an hour. Fast lap so far for the leader, Dylan Poteet, 169.981. So he is knocking on the door of that 170 mark, a mark that Nathan Orman has run already so far. Comes off turn number 1 as they go down the stretch here. And into turn number 2 here, Jay Jefferson goes low on Jessica Shelton for position. Shelton now caught up in the high side. And meantime, a couple of new players here. Ryan George in the 14, the winner this season at Michigan. And he's on the inside. Dylan Young also on the inside. Dylan Young's also yet to win a race. He almost won the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. Almost won that race, except got passed on the last lap of the race by Jesse Turner, who won that event, obviously, at Daytona, as we mentioned. And right there behind him, another 2-time winner this season, Zach Rogers, in the number 1 car, trying to get himself back in the points contention. When he runs good, he runs good. And Rogers had an indifferent season so far. When he runs good, he runs good. When he runs good, and sometimes when he runs good, he gets caught up in somebody else's stupidity, and takes him out of contention in the race here. He's won twice. We mentioned he won at North Wilkesboro, and he also won at Talladega, where we'll be heading to next on the tour, by the way. For the Die Hard 500, he won the Winston 500 at Talladega this season. He's going for obviously for the Talladega sweep this season here, but none of the other 40 drivers have anything to say about that, obviously, too. Let's remember that. Jay Jefferson now goes to the lead in car number 30, and right behind him, number 14, that is not William Brock, 14 car of Ryan George. William Brock is in this pack of cars there. He's right there behind Dylan Young, and you can barely see that marigold yellow on that number 4 Kodak Film Chevy. He's trapped on the high side here. Cab Shear's gone by him. Shelton now tries to go by him as they come off turn number 1. Riding with Dylan Young in the number 2 car. He's up on the high side now. Dylan, as Cab Shear goes by him or tries to go by him in 68 car, and then gets the draft off Zach Rogers' car. And Dylan had to get way on the brakes down to 130 miles an hour going into turn number 3. It's another thing in the opposite pocket on a track shaped like this, though. Another challenging part, obviously. If you run on the outside of the racetrack here, obviously you do not have the preferred line as opposed to if you would on the inside. The outside lane, though, you lose momentum and time. And oh, got problems on the backstretch! Dylan Young trying this. Oh, my good night! Somebody flipped over the 26 car Matt McIntyre like a pancake. Yeah, there's Matt McIntyre in 26 car. Gene Sanford 98. Alex 183. I saw the point leader Jessica Shelton involved in this crash too. Ryan Brommer, the Charlotte winner. Oh, Keith Batson 28. His bad. That's another driver who has bad luck and the most inopportune times sometimes. Jay Jefferson let him all back to the line. Who wasn't in the crash is the better question. Oh, Nathan Orman, number 6. He was running so darn good in that 6 car. There's Shelton in the 9. points leader coming into this race. A tough break for Shelton, obviously. Christian Russell in it. Johnny Gardner in it. The 18 car of Matt Haas is in it. No time like the present to see what happened in replay. This happening on lap number 10 of this race. We were riding with Dylan Young when this whole Holocaust happened. Shelton got caught. Shelton was on the low side of the track trying to get underneath Kev Shear. And, yep, Kat Benson made it 4 wide, and Shelton tries to get out of her way, and then right into Shear she goes. And from there on, everybody... There's where everybody else gets piled up right there. There's where the 26 car got pancaked over Shelton's car and sent her upside down. Keith Batson was also flipping as well in the 28 car. Holy crap. Laura Chung in 75. She's involved. There's Jesse Turner in 94. He was involved. Either the 71 car of Henry Stanford was involved. Damage to the Kyle Matthews car. He's involved. Like I said, the better question is who wasn't involved in this crash. That's the better question of this whole thing. There's the 15 car, Jackson Haywood. I think Jackson Haywood, is clean, I think, too. I think the 7 car, no, I see damage on the 7 car, too, of Christian Russell. We mentioned him. Yeah, he's got a hood cave. He's got the side caved on the number 7 Xerox Antifreeze Ford. 55, Nathan Hudson was also involved as well. On board, we was riding with Dylan Young, so let's take a ride with him again on this one. Just about too soon with the throttle there, Dylan, and he still tapped the inside guardrail as well. Quentin Moore had the in-car. Can't let's take a ride with him and see what he saw. And that's the thing you want to do is get out of the situation as quick as you possibly can, and hope and pray you do not get run over. And Quentin Moore, well, he got run over in the back end though, but for all intents and purposes he really missed the crash. After all this happened too, so. But looking at in-car camera shot, it kind of reminds me of Days of Thunder. You know, when Cole Trickle had to drive through that crash at Daytona. So yeah, that's basically the same thing that Quentin Moore had to face too. That was craziness right there. Cars out of the race there, a big list. I mean, look at this list. I mean, we got what, 18 cars out of the race because of this crash here. Alex Miller, Jesse Turner, Ryan George, Kyle Matthews was out of the race because of this crash. Zachary Fitzwater, Jacob Thibodeau, Christian Russell, Jessica Shelton, Nathan Orman, Matt McIntyre, Keith Batson, Ryan Brommer, Laura Chung, Gene Sanford, Jordan Anderson, Henry Sanford, Matt Haas, and Johnny Gardner all out of this race. There are 18 cars out, and we still got. Well, this is the halfway lap. Actually, this is lap number 15. Down the back stretch, and to turn number 3 they go. Or turn number 2, excuse me. Zach Rogers is second position. Leader is Jay Jefferson, by the way. Cole Deaver is running now in third position. Cat Batson in fourth. Fifth is Joshua Osborne. Battle for 6 here between Mike Becker, Benjamin Miles, and Rob Evans going on right now as they go into turn number 3. Cole Deaver shoves Zach Rogers up the track here as they go through the third turn now. Off into turn number 1 they go here, and 3 wide through turn number 1 here. Osborne, Batson, and Rogers, they come off the second off turn number 1. And they're still 3 wide. Osborne backs off just a little bit, see what happens in a turn. He goes into turn number 2, and well, they got down to 2 wide, so everything's safe for the time being here. Cat Batson takes third position right now, as Rogers now goes backwards in a number 1 car here. As you see Benjamin Miles down there in the 25 car. Let's remember also, though, I mentioned going into this race here, Shelton was the points leader coming into this race. Well, this is the man who's second position getting the points coming into this race behind Shelton. That's Osborne. If he should go on to win this race there, Shelton is going to end up officially finishing 31st in this race because of that crash. If Osborne should go on to win this race, oh my gosh, the points harvest he's going to get. And like I said, though, we do have 15 races left to go here, counting this. But I said 15. I was meaning to say right here 1-5. But Cat Batson now takes the lead here. But the points harvest he's going to get if he should go on to win this race, even finish well, should put him, if not leading the points, though, darn close to it. And Osborne must have heard all that too, because he's going for those 5 points he wants for leading a lap. That's another thing. If you get 5 points for leading a lap and 5 extra points for leading the most laps in this race, in a race here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. As you see, Osborne goes to the low side, takes the lead for the moment. Here comes Benjamin Miles, though, going to try to spoil Osborne's chances of leading a lap. Miles to the inside of Batson. He takes second position for the moment as he takes the Ken Schrader cars up to second position at the moment. William Brock up there, the pole sitter for the event, in the number 4 car. Miles dives to the low side now as he goes into turn number 3. Or turn number 1, excuse me. Battle for the lead here. Benjamin Miles to the top spot now as he's got the help from Rob Evans in the 12. Charles Sanford in 24 is in this mix now too. And here comes Sanford diving to the low side now. Jay Jefferson's in the 30 machine. And give a call to the 10 car, Paul Minnick, and the number 10 Tide Ford. He's not had a top 10 at all this season. And he's up in the 8th position now. And of course, another guy who's up there, Adam Garcia. Let's remember before the race at New Hampshire, where he didn't finish all that well. He finished 5th 2 races in a row, finished 5th at Michigan and a 5th at Daytona in the Pepsi 400. And he's trying to vie for another top 10 finish here in this race here this season. Garcia's in 10th place right now here as he tries to hold off 2 of the best, and Mike Becker and Zach Rogers. Seth Colen's in 13th position. Look at the back end crinkled up of that number 52 machine. Quentin Moore in the 21 car. There's slightly damaged up Mitchell Collins in the number 20 car. Mitchell right now running in 14th position at the moment. Here he's having a pretty good, decent run going on. Behind him is Nathan Hudson in 15th position. Actually, Collins is 15th there. Hudson's 16th, and Hudson's also damaged up in the back end. And Wade Brummer in the 70 car, he runs in 17th position right now. So those 5 cars kind of tailing along back there as they go into turn number 2 now. Collins saw Quentin Moore to the low side right there, and he tries to follow Seth on the high side here. That doesn't work as they come off the second turn. Now enter turn number 3, and now Collins does try to... Well, is he going to follow Quentin Moore through? Nope. Quentin Moore does take position from Seth Cole, however, though. That was... Oh, problems! Charles Evers crashed! Benjamin Miles involved. Oh, my goodness gracious! Nathan Hudson just flipped Charles Hammer like a child's toy. And that is caution number 2 flying as they came by for 10 laps remaining. Well, they got 3 wide going into turn number 3 here. Watch to see what happens. This whole thing happened coming off the 3rd corner here as see what happens here. Samper apparently must have thought he had Benjamin Miles cleared, and he didn't. And the Hendrick cars go right together. He tapped Zach Rogers. Rogers saved the car. Osborne, the second place driver in the points, he was right in the midst of all this, and he missed Sanford's car. Now watch Charles. Here's Nathan Hudson. Up and over goes the 24 car, and that pretty much does Charles Sanford in for the day right there with that flip over. I mean, that was and look at several cars got it through here, and mainly Dylan Young, Phil Parker, and yeah. And Charles obviously also out of the race here at Pocono. Well, 6 more cars have been scored out of the race here. Seth Cole had a piston failure on his number 52 car, an engine failure, I should say, on his machine. He's out. Wade Brummer's out in the 70 car. He finishes 21st. And Nathan Hudson's out of the race in the 22 car. Obviously, Nathan Hudson's out of the race. Sanford obviously out of the race in the 23rd position. And Alex Miller is out of the race. And so is Jesse Turner. He's out of the race. So all in all, we have got what? We have got 22 cars out of this race at Pocono, and we're not even done with this race yet. Well, we will be in about 5.5 laps. So reset the field for you here. Jay Jefferson's your leader. Second is William Brock. Third is Cole Deaver. Fourth is Rob Evans. Fifth position right now is Paul Minnick. He's trying to look for his first top 10 of the season. And it's got a pretty good chance of possibly staying up there, maybe. Mike Becker's in 7th position. 8th is Adam Garcia. 9th position is Zach Rogers. And 10th is Joshua Osborne. That's how they run right now. Quentin Moore's 11th. 12th is Mitchell Collins. 13th is Dylan Poteet. Dylan Young, 14th. 15th is Phil Parker. 16th is Kev Shear. 17th is Jackson Haywood. 18th, Levi McIntyre. And 19th is Benjamin Miles as the green flag flies. We're back on the way on lap number 26. We have 5 laps remaining. Up in the 4th gear they go right now as they go down the backstretch in the turn number 2. William Brock trying to close up with that number 4 machine. Remember, William was the pole sitter for this event. William Brock, one of the drivers in this pack, has not won in a long time. Neither has Jay Jefferson. Neither has Paul Minnick, for that fact, too. Cole Deaver's won this season so far. And so has Rob Evans. He's won this season. And there's another guy behind him who's not won in a long time, the STP car, Mike Becker. His last win was at Bristol in the night race last season. That was his last win in this series. He's got the King Richard Petty car running in 5th position right now here as they go through turn number 1. 4 laps to go. Cole Deaver trying to dive to the low side of number 3, Goodwrench Chevy. Rob Evans in his mix here. Rob spoils the party for Deaver as they come through turn number 2. He'll take second position. Here comes number 43, Mike Becker. Enters the third turn here. Becker takes the 4th position away as they come through turn number 3 here. That time by completes lap number 27. We have 3 to go. And here comes William Brock, car number 4 to the other side. He'll look low on Jefferson. He's got the position here. He's going to bring Rob Evans and maybe Mike Becker with him here. Becker dives to peaks low on Evans and come off turn number 1, excuse me. And move William Brock, car number 4 to the lead. His last win was, I don't know how many seasons back his last win was, but it was a long time ago. But Rob Evans decides, hey, I want to go for my second win of the season. He won the season at Texas. He looks low, takes the lead away from Brock for the moment. And here comes Mike Becker to the low side now in the 43 car and brings Kat Batson with him in 27. She's going for her second win of the season. She won at Darlington way back in the first of the season as they come off turn number 3. 2 laps to go. Can Rob Evans hold them all off? Here, the Ray-Bestis Buick out in front, but here comes Mike Becker. Says no. I want to go for the win, and he's got it here. And look who's coming to dinner in that 31 car, Joshua Osborne, second place in the points coming into this race. He knows Jessica Shelton's out. He knows she's going to finish way far back, and he wants those points. Off turn number 2, Becker and Evans side by side. William Brock dives low. Brock for second, and he's got it. Jay Jefferson's up there. He gets into it in the number 30 car. White flag is going to wave. 1 lap remaining. There's a 4-leaf clover for any of these cars in this pack of cars here at Pocono. William Brock goes low. Car number 4 looks for the lead. He's got it through turns with number 1. They're side by side off the first turn. Brock has the edge for the moment here. Here comes Jefferson, car number 30. He's going to try to push. The 4 and the 43 side by side here as they go through the third. As he goes to turn number 2 here. Osborne's up to third position now, trying for second. He's going to try to push William Brock in the number 4 car. Brock holds the lead for about a half a car at the moment in the third turn now. William Brock, the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet, rounds the third turn, and he's going to do it. William Brock is going to win the AC Spark Plugs 400 at Pocono. A great race here today at Pocono Raceway. Well, it stands all the crashes, obviously, but a great win for William Brock. The number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet goes to victory lane. Here in the AC Spark Plugs 400, Joshua Osborne. Oh, what a points harvest he's going to get. Second place in this race. Zach Rogers was third. Mike Becker comes on fourth. And give a call to Paul Minnick, his first top 10 of the season, and it's a 5th place run. A tremendous run for the number 10 Tide team. Average speed 124.988. Not anything to write home about, obviously. Rest of the finishers here. Jay Jefferson comes home 6th. 7th will go to Cole Deaver. 8th position will go to Rob Evans. 9th at Batson. Adam Garcia comes home in the 10th position. Quentin Moore 11th. Mitchell Collins 12th. Dylan Young 13th. Dylan Poteet 14th. Phil Parker 15th. And Benjamin Miles. Kev Shearer. Jackson Haywood. Levi McIntyre. The last car to finish in 19th position. 19 cars finished this race at Pocono, and all 19 of them were on the lead lap. Oh, it's damaged up as most of the as damaged up as about the positions 11th through 19th were. It's kind of one or none of them got lapped. And the attrition list, atrocious. 22 cars out of this race, and we only had 2 caution flags. I mean, go figure. I mean, this is absolutely. I mean, that race from 20th on down to 41st, that race was I would imagine a total nightmare for all those drivers here. And for some of the finishes could be worse though. But I mean, you look. I mean, some of the big names you got there. Seth Cole out of the race here. Charles Sanford, who was having a darn good run. So was Nathan Orman. He was having a darn good run. Kyle Matthews, Jessica Shelton, Jesse Turner, Keith Batson, Johnny Gardner. Those drivers did not need those type of runs, and neither did drivers like Matt McIntyre and a couple of others here in this field. I mean, you're looking to see where look for your name and see where you finish. That's basically pretty much it. Some of them, of course, out of the races for more than just for something other than a crash. Seth Cole had an engine failure. Zachary Fitzwater, I think, had an engine failure in his car. That's why the camshaft failure, and of course the piston failure also on the Seth Cole car as well. So the junkyard, and so the nearest Pennsylvania junkyard is going to be absolutely busy tomorrow. That's for darn sure. That's all I can say here. But with all that said, though, the number 4 Kodakville Chevrolet goes to Victory Lane. William Brock, for the first time I'm thinking about, like I said, it's been a long time since he last won. It was at California Speedway when he last won. I know that for sure, but he goes to Victory Lane today in a tremendous finish here at Pocono Raceway. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interests, we got gaming videos, we got whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series as well on this channel. I guarantee his races are a lot better than what I have to offer as well, as his series is in full swing. And also be sure to check out some of the Seth's online racing videos on this channel as well. Some of the best stuff is under the NNSCRA under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that will do it today at Pocono Raceway here. For now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you on the high banks of Talladega for the Die Hard 500.